Hello, everybody. I wanted to come on here and say hello. Happy Monday. I hope you're all doing phenomenal, as am I. It's so funny. I always sing on here, don't I? You would think I can sing, but I know I can't, and I still do it because I enjoy it. So, I wanted to talk today about identity. Identity, right? So your identity is supposed to be the characteristics that make up you, right? And I find so much, myself included, that we tend to wrap our identity around one thing, okay? And follow me here because you're like, what are you talking about? What are you talking about? Well, let's think about it. Oftentimes people get in a relationship. Hey, sis. Oftentimes people get in a relationship. And this is just one example, right? Of course, I'll give several because I'm an example type of person. But you'll get in a marriage. And let's say you're in a marriage for 20 years. And when that marriage fails, then all of a sudden you're like, I've been a wife or I've been a husband for X amount of years, and people find themselves having to rebuild their life because they don't have an identity outside of that relationship, right? It's a real thing. Children go off to college and your identity has been wrapped around being a parent. And then there's that empty nest syndrome, which is a real thing, right? And people lose their jobs and it's like, oh, I've been at this job for 30 years and I just don't know life outside of it. So this could be applicable to a job, to a business, to marriage, to being a parent. And I just want to say, don't do yourself a disservice by wrapping your identity around your titles. Because Tracy Dat, the mother, is a title. Right? Tracy Dat, the entrepreneur, is a title. Tracy Dat, the daughter, the sister, is a title. But that doesn't make my identity. My identity is made by what? My characteristics, right? I'm Tracy Dat, who enjoys singing even though I can't, because every time I get on live, I'm like, hey, everybody, right? So it's a real thing, guys. So don't let any one thing be your identity. Life goes on. Life was spectacular before that marriage, before having children. Why? Because it was you. It was you and your character traits that made your identity, right? Not the relationships you have. If any relationship is going to be your focus, it should be with your damn self. Let's just start there, okay? So oftentimes when relationships go astray, if you lose a job, if you do a job change, children go off to college, all of the examples that I just gave you, not like you won't be impacted, because you will. But if it really just took you out, I'm going to need you to go ahead and check your identity. Check your identity. You should not have to rebuild yourself up every time there's a change in your life. And again, I always talk about being solid and being rooted. So if you don't know where your identity lies, I think it's a good time to do so. Most of us are still in a quarantine. I damn sure know in California we are. And so it's not too much to do right now anyway. Make a list of your character traits. Do you even know who you are? Do you know what you like to do? Do you know what you enjoy to do? And not who to do it with, but what do you enjoy to do? I enjoy taking baths, and I enjoy reading, and I enjoy singing, and I enjoy a lot of things by myself, and I enjoy my own company. I really, really do. And I also know my values and I know my boundaries, but I've done a lot of self-work to get to that way and not just talk it. I mean, walk it. Walk it. Because if something doesn't serve me, number one, I'll speak on it time and time again. And if I'm unheard, unvalued, or unrespected, I move the hell on. And so I ask today that you really take a look inside of yourself and Identify yourself, know yourself, and love yourself. And not because of relationships and titles, because of how amazing you are. Okay? I'll leave it at that. Peace and love.